Jason and Jabari. Jason and Jabari.
Alrighty, what is up, guys? This is Jason from the Jason and Jabari Gaming, and today we finally have our Rank 3 Falcon showcase. This video, it was like over 30 minutes long, and I didn't even have a lot of stuff in it, so I had to prioritize what I wanted to put in it. It's like I shaved it down to like 25 minutes, but we're using the word showcase very loosely here because there's a lot of things that I was not able to put in here because I just did not want you guys to be bored to tears. So my Falcon is signature 140. I'm hoping to get him to sig 200. Basically, his signature ability increases his critical damage that he does. So I think at 140 it's around 1800 or something like that. Yeah, 1853.72, and maxed out is like 23 something. So it definitely does help him. So I don't want to say that it doesn't, because the higher the sig Falcon is, the better and harder he hits, right? Content that Falcon is good for that I don't have in this showcase is Alliance War. He's really good and commonly used on hazard shift nodes. Falcon's ability with locked on basically shuts down the opponent's ability accuracy by 100%. So a lot of people will send Falcon to hazard shift nodes, and he will not take any of the hazard shift damage. So there's shock bleed, there's poison, bleed, right? There's other ones, incinerate, etc., but he won't take any of that damage while he is locked on. And of course, the node doesn't give them enhanced ability accuracy or beyond 100, of course, or they cannot be like have ability accuracy reduction, such as like a Mephisto or Archangel. If you guys see those on a hazard shift, don't send Falcon. He's gonna get cooked. But other than that, it's the same thing applies for questing content. If there's like hazard shift or biohazard, right? You can send Falcon in there, get locked on, and then he's not going to take any of the damage back. I really value this champion. I know a lot of people don't for whatever reason, but I don't think they know how powerful this champion actually is. So we're going to start off with Alliance Quest. We do the map 8. I do path 1. So basically with path 1, section 1, this is Invisible Woman. So if you do the same action twice, then they go unblockable. But when locked on, as you can see, it doesn't register because their ability actually shut down. Also, Invisible Woman is quite annoying, but he destroys her. He absolutely destroys Invisible Woman. So I do have to speed everything up, but this is still path 1. I actually took these during my stream, yeah, man. This is section 3, so this is the last section. Basically, what's the deal with these? If you get faltered, if you don't do 5-hit combos, but with Falcon locked on, it's not going to matter. I do actually have to use a few locked on cycles because their health pools are every day that you go by in AQ, their health pools get bigger and bigger, but no big deal. As you can see there, the next fight that we have on path 1 of AQ is this what's his name? Oh man, I can't think of Professor Xavier. So I actually did hit him during his falter phase. When we're locked on, it doesn't work, so you don't get falter while you're locked on with Falcon, which is actually pretty cool. And I'm just speeding through these fights. I'm just showing you guys while locked on, we don't get any of the the debuff. Basically, you get the debuff to make you glance on this path, basically. Yeah, we don't get it while we're locked on. Ultimately, I bring in him, Hercules, and what's her name? The girl, I can't think of her freaking name right now, but those are the three that I run. Elsa Bloodstone. And I was just showing everybody basically that Falcon can take this entire lane by himself. And sure enough, we actually messed up with the other two. We just did the whole thing with Falcon. I think that his locked on ability is kind of clutch, and you guys hopefully, for those of you who don't really know about him, hopefully you'll change your opinion about him. But he's really good. So yeah, we're just gonna keep going because I don't want to get ahead of myself. Next up is Squirrel Girl on this path. Again, these are sped up. I didn't want to speed them up so fast to where you guys couldn't see what's happening. Also, within these fights, if you guys see there, they get these protections. And in order to remove the protections, you have to perform a certain action, such as perform a medium, perform a heavy, or perform a special attack. Yeah, Falcon ain't worried about none of that, really. He's still going to hit really hard. I do remove them, but he still hits really hard. His base crit rate is really high, like Starkey's. It's not quite as high as Starkey's, but it's very close to his. And he crits quite often, and he hits very hard. And again, the signature ability helps with that crit. So I really want to get mine to Sig 200 as soon as possible, just so I can do max damage with him. But yeah, down she's gonna go here in just a second, and then we're gonna move on. This is a shared fight here with Tigra. I don't really know what she does, honestly. This is more so someone else's lane fights. I fight her, she'll go down. I think I bait out her special 2 here. This is all unboosted, by the way, for those of you who pay attention to that. This is all unboosted right now. We push her red because I'm going to go into my striker into another combo to drop her. But yeah, you don't need to be at rank 3 with Falcon. He can do all of this at rank 2 just fine, in my opinion. But the higher the Sig, the harder he's basically going to hit. We'll just say it like that. So if you do have a high Sig Falcon and you do play map 8 or something like that, and you have path 1, I would definitely consider Falcon for it, because he shuts down so much of the crap that is path 1 in all the sections, basically. I normally use Elsa for section 2 a little bit more, and I ramp up Hercules a little bit on section 2, so I don't really use Falcon, but he can definitely do it. And then lastly, we have the actual mini boss fight on the left side. This is Cosmic Ghost Rider. Guys, he has plus 400 attack percentage, attack and health. He has Armored Assault, which means that he has a 60% chance, 40 or 60% chance to gain an armor up, and then he's unblockable. He has Heavy Assault. He has Mix Master, and basically none of that matters because we're gonna lock on. And this was a terrible fight, by the way. I did not do this well. This was the first time I'll be attempting this fight. So basically, we're gonna lock on. We're gonna bait out special 1s. Mix Master, you can't perform the same action twice, otherwise he's going to Dex. And now that he has that armor up, as you saw, he's unblockable for the duration of that armor up. So we got whacked there. And again, I didn't play this really well, but we're going to solo this fight, and I'm just basically showing you that he can solo this fight when locked on. We ignore all of that crap. Mix Master we ignore giving him the armor up buffs. Yeah, man, it's just going to be a great time. He's hitting harder and harder because he's gaining furies over time because I'm not managing the heavy there, but it's fine. He's gonna look like he's gonna kill us, but he's not gonna kill us. So we're just waiting it out. The locked on time, it increases its duration by 40% if you're fighting science champions, and it loses its duration by 20% when you're fighting mutant champions. But it still does reduce all their ability accuracy by 100%. So it really doesn't matter. It's just a shorter duration with mutant champions, which makes sense, and it's a longer duration against class advantage champions, which are science champions, which also makes sense. So we're getting ready to wrap up this fight here. I think we go one more locked on cycle just to play safe. I think I could have YOLO'd it right there, but we had a glitch, as you saw, and with that lag spike, it made us get back to finishing this off with the last locked on cycle. But yeah, ultimately he can do that much cleaner. That's user error. But yeah, man, Falcon's pretty good for AQ map 8 path 1. This is a rank 2 Falcon. This was when I was telling people he was goated. That's 25 seconds on a R6 thing, and that is 56 seconds on a R6 Hulkling. So that's just to give you a taste. But first, I'm just going to show you some interesting things about him that he can do. These are not recommended fights, but he can actually do these fights. So first up, we have Serpent. I don't remember. I think this was this is the victory track. It doesn't apply to him. This is the Secutor and Provocateur or whatever. It doesn't really apply to him. And again, this is not a great matchup. The reason why it's not a great matchup is because Serpent hits really hard on your block. And actually, Falcon has really good block proficiency, but he doesn't have like Captain America block proficiency. So over time, he just whittles you down, as you're going to see. But the reason why this works is because Falcon has 100% chance to shut down your ability, but Serpent has like 125% chance to proc his immortality. So that leaves 25% chance for him to proc it, but I run Assassin, so that lowers his chance to proc it even more. And more often than not, you're going to kill him. And I'm going to show you 2 fights here against Serpent in Battlegrounds that you just kill him, because normally, more often than not, you're just going to drop him. And down he goes. There he is. He dies. Of course, we lost that match, but that wasn't the point of these fights. I'm just showing you what Falcon actually can do. So here's the next matchup against Serpent, and this is the crit me with your best shot meta. This is another R6 Serpent. It doesn't really matter. He can do this against an R3. It doesn't really matter. It's just I'm showing you guys that he actually can shut down his immortality. So basically with the crit me meta, which was a terrible meta in my opinion, you basically wanted to intercept, but Falcon, again, he doesn't need to intercept because he has such a high crit rate. Just like Starkey, you don't actually need to do that. And when you're locked on, you're not going to get the guaranteed crits anyway, because their ability is shut down. So it doesn't exactly compute. Now when he's not locked on, you can get the guaranteed crits if you wanted to, and then lock on, and you can hold on to those guaranteed crits for a certain duration. But I never really played him that way, but you could play him that way. But he crits so often that it didn't really matter, and he was doing fights very fast, as he still does even without the crit me meta. And that's the beauty of Falcon. And down he goes right there again, bypassing his immortality. We actually did win that one, which still low score, but he can work for Serpent. The last thing that I'm going to show you guys before we get to cooking is this Korg. I'm going to lock on, and notice I'm going to use medium attacks while he has his thorns up, and I did that intentionally. I wanted to show you guys that he will not take any thorns damage. He won't take any damage from Killmonger either with the reverb. I couldn't fit that in here, and I didn't do an actual battlegrounds match of it. I didn't play this fight very well whatsoever, but again, the point was I wanted to show you guys that he shuts down his thorns damage, and you can actually use your medium attacks. So that's actually pretty cool. And again, like I said, he can take on Killmonger when he has his reverb up. You will take 0 reverb damage while locked on. So he has a really strong kit, guys. I know it seems pretty basic, but it's really, really strong. And over the course of this, over these matches, you guys are going to really see some things, and hopefully it'll open your eyes to see that, yeah, he might only have like a one-trick pony, but let me tell you, that's a very strong trick. A very strong trick. All right, so we did end up losing that match, which wasn't the point. Now we're going to get to cooking. This is the crit me with your best shot meta. First up, we have this what is her name? Spider-Gwen. Yeah, so the only damage that's going to count is critical hits. Notice I just locked on. And also, guys, I'm running the Black Widow relic. That is a rank 3 relic, and that does help him a little bit. So I don't want to not tell you guys everything, so I want to be completely transparent with you guys. We're going to wait for the next locked on cycle, and then we're going to close out this fight. We did take a bit of chip damage just from the blocked hits, but now she goes. And 49k score, so not too bad. Next up, we're going to get Zab, and we're in Celestial 5 right now. He throws down his Hulkling, and if you guys notice, as a rank 2, I got like a 49 score. If you guys saw that screenshot that I showed you when he was rank 2. Now we're going to lock on, and again, this should be crit me, I believe. Or is this crit me? This is definitely crit me. So yeah, because I'm kind of all over the place with all the clips. So anyway, we're trying to get back locked on. We're going to get it right here, I believe. And then we parry one more time, go into the special 2, and he's dead. So not too bad. 50k score, 46 seconds. With a little bit more cooperation, we can get that down faster, but still a really good fight in my opinion. He stops Hulkling from gaining any buffs, so he can't do his whole little I go indestructible and all that stuff and regen. It doesn't work with Falcon when he's locked on. Another common defender, which actually he wasn't that common of a defender, but a common defender is Ebony Maw. This is a rank 2 Ebony Maw in the crit me meta because you get the guaranteed crits. He's going to degen you. Well, it doesn't really matter with Falcon. Let me just tell you, once we're locked on, we're just going to be critting like normal, and then we go into our striker here into a special 2, and he is absolutely dead. Oh, we didn't get to use a special 2. 27-second fight. Yeah, Falcon is that guy. Next up, we are racing a Crossbones, but that is a rank 2 Crossbones, so that's not exactly a actual race. But notice that I hit into Photon there, and we didn't get any debuffs because once he's locked on, he shuts all of her placing her debuffs on you. That goes bye-bye. I'm pretty sure we YOLO it here, and she's dead, and that's almost 52k score in 30 seconds. So yeah, you know, kind of cool, but that's a rank 6, so you know, we're kind of punching down there, but still Photon kind of is still a problem. I don't know if we have any rank 3 Photons in this showcase, but we do have 1 or 2 more. Next up, we have this rank 3 Red Skull. We lock on, and yeah, he doesn't get his armor ups. So again, we shut down the ability accuracy by 100%. This is the victory track Sekitor meta again, or whatever that's called. We do take some block damage here because we allow him to throw off his special 2. This is our second locked on phase. We're going to go into our striker into the special 2, and he's going to be dead. But yeah, if we didn't allow him to hit us with that would have been a 50k score, 50k plus, but we get a 49k score in 44 seconds. Not too bad for a rank 3. Now we're going to go back to the crit me meta. And a lot of people try to trap you with their Scarlet Witches, because when you have guaranteed crits, she starts her chaos magic, but once we're locked on, she can't activate her chaos magic at all. So we're going to bait out her special 2, and then she's going to be absolutely dead. Yeah, not too bad. Just a casual 27-second fight, 52k score in the crit me meta. So, you know, there's that. Next up, we have this other R6 Photon. I don't remember these metas, guys. I don't remember these metas. It's all kind of jumbled up together. But I think we YOLO this fight as well. Let's see. We could throw off the striker into the special 2, and she's going to be dead. Yeah, so 52k score, and I think that's when Falcon was a R2. I think that's why I put it there. All right, Falcon's R2 here, and this is the meta where buffs last longer, and also I think this is the one, yeah, where the buffs last longer. So a lot of people were placing Kingpin as a defender, and this is also an armor up meta. So every time you hit them, they got an armor up, and we got cornered there, sadly, and that's going to end up costing us because he stalled out just enough, as you guys are about to see. But we get a nice little intercept into our striker, into one more combo. He's dead, but sadly he stalled out too long, and we end up losing to a piggy by 10 seconds. But when locked on, you stop them from gaining those armor ups. So next up, we have this Photon, which I'm not sure, was this the rank? One of these I was R2, and that's why I showed it, but the other ones I think I was R3, and I'm not sure which meta this was. But yeah, I think she's gonna die here after her special 2. Yeah, she's definitely dead. Oh, okay, I stopped my combo short just to make sure that she died. And we were going up against a rank 3 Starkey that was a rank 2. Now I remember it, and that was 39 seconds, so not too bad, actually. Not too bad at all, in my opinion. All right, next up, what do we have here? We are going against Gallon. This is the armor up meta. So once you lock on, you won't apply the armor ups. Obviously, when Gallon gains buffs, it helps feed his harvest, and a lot of people were trying to Gallon trap people. This person in particular thought he had me Gallon trapped. I should have held on to my special 1, but I was so accustomed to throwing it off for the extra damage. So here we go ahead and fire off our special 1, and then I think we re-parry here, or we bait out a heavy there, and we bait out one more heavy, and down he goes. 49k score on R6 Gallon, not too bad, especially during that armor up meta, man. Next up, we have Larson's I-Hulk, and he was R3 at this time. I don't recall if I was R2 or R3 at this time. I'm fairly certain I was R3 at this time, but I could be wrong. I haven't paid attention. It's been so long, and I've been gathering so much footage. But basically, he's pretty good for I-Hulk. You have a chance to bypass his immortality. I don't even know if he gets to 15. I think he actually does. Yeah, so he's at 17, but we're still locked on, so he's going to die now. Goodbye. But yeah, so it almost took a minute because I-Hulk had a ton of health, but Falcon gets the job done. So let's move on to the next meta, and this is Ant-Man. Again, this was during the armor up meta. A lot of people were running Ant-Man, but Falcon don't care about that. Basically, you get the glancing after he throws off a special, so I was trying to prevent him from throwing a special altogether. Fortunately, he's not going to throw a special. We're going to go into our striker, and then we're going to go into our special 2, and he's going to be dead. So yeah, not too bad. 35 seconds, almost 52k score. Yeah, Falcon doing Falcon things. But that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys like it. Let me know what you think, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.